Looks like there's a message embedded in the signal. Let me work my magic.
Are you playing those video games again?
FBI, open up! FBI, clear right!
So it's almost like Lowe's cannot keep a secret from us this year, and it seems like Lowe's is the target for the Halloween community as of right now.
And holy sh**! We'll always love you! I can't believe you did this to me! God damn it! How could you do this to me?
Because currently, all of Home Depot's entire Halloween line has gotten released, and Spirit is currently not released anything just yet. But we are seeing some teaser videos from Spirit as of right now. But it seems like Lowe's just can't catch a break now, can they? And it's almost like they can't keep anything quiet or anything to themselves. This year, Lowe's seems to be trying to step into the spotlight and compete with the two major titans for Halloween as of thus far, and that would be Spirit Halloween and Home Depot. Here as of recently, thanks to an amazing YouTuber known by the name of Halloween Daily News, he released some teaser images from Lowe's that ended up going public of the entire Lowe's, I guess you could say, floor display for Halloween. And with that, we got to see every animatronic that was ever teased in the list of animatronics that were ordered for Halloween 2022. Now, I wanted to get into this because I wanted to explain to you all what my thoughts and opinions were and what I think about this amazing display. And just by that word amazing, you all can probably tell I am pretty impressed. So without any further ado, let's get into this discussion and let's get into the photos. So right before your eyes, you all can see on the screen the entire floor display of Lowe's Halloween 2022. Over in the far left corner, you can already see that we got just what seemed like less than half, and I was correct about this. Less than half of the display, which I explained in my last video. And if you haven't checked that out, please go check that out as well. I give my thoughts and opinions on that. It was a good video, and I think that a lot of you all will enjoy that, especially the memes. But looking at this image of Lowe's Halloween 2022, it seems that this image has definitely impressed many haunters and Gemmy collectors worldwide. And why do I say that? And that is because they are trying to take an approach similar to Home Depot.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
It seems like they're trying to go into the spotlight, and it seems like they are trying to bring out all the animatronics that are not liked by other companies, or I guess you could say other stores, or kind of got left behind, and they brought them into the spotlight to have a chance to show what they're made of for the Halloween season of 2022. As you can see right off the bat, there's a lot here, and I love the size of the display. I'm really digging the size, and I love it. Right in the forefront, we can see all of the animatronics. We have the 12-foot mummy, which, by the way, looks incredible, and looks a lot better in person. We can see the Crystal Ball Witch, which looks insanely good too. I would say that maybe she is about 7 to 8 feet tall. And we can kind of see the Reaper head right poking up over right on the right of the clown. We have our clown, and then we have two other animatronics, and one of them I wanted to get to here in a minute and talk to y'all about once I do a closer view of these animatronics and you all can see them a little better. In the back of this small display, which kind of looks like Home Depot, by the way, we have our small little line of extra decorations. We have our Gemmy side of things, which is the Michael Myers, the Jason, and the Freddy Krueger up on the shelf with the life-size Chucky doll. And then over on the right of that, we kind of got a slight glimpse of of this in the last video, in the last teaser image that we got to see, and that was the typical, I guess you could say, traditional Halloween decorations like skeletons and pumpkins and stuff. And it always is this, it's always this for Lowe's. We always see Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. If you are a Nightmare Before Christmas fan, Lowe's is definitely the place for you to go. They have an entire shelf right behind the mummy dedicated to that from the looks of it. And right on the right, it seems like we just got a little bit more traditional things that kind of relate to Halloween. We also have the famous bin of pumpkins on the far right at the far end, plus all of our hanging props and seems like little tabletops for Nightmare Before Christmas. We also have all of our hanging props, which you can hang up and take a look at. And as you can see right there, what looks to be on the right of that hooded Reaper, I see a familiar face that I didn't want to see ever again come to Lowe's, but only it seems like this time they have brought it into a different perspective. Great. But besides that, it seems like this new setup looks extremely well put together, and I absolutely love it. So we're going to take a closer look into this and kind of just, I guess you could say, look into these animatronics a little better. So with this animatronic setup, there was an animatronic setup at another location, which showed all the animatronics close up in a different kind of format. So I'm thinking there are going to be two different kinds of displays, and hopefully each, every Lowe's might be a little different. Not every Lowe's will follow by this, but we'll have a blueprint of possibly what to follow. As you can see, this new animatronic display has a much bigger fence, and it also fits, I guess you could say, fits the theme a little better. We see a better side view of our mummy friend up there, the 12-footer, and I don't think he looks that bad, honestly, even from the side. But the biggest things that a lot of people had pointed out was the witch and the hourglass Reaper, which look way better in person than they did in the stock photos. These animatronics, in my opinion, look great, and I do believe that they are being produced by SVI. And that is probably one of the best witch life sizes that we have had in a long time. With the crystal ball and her staff and the beautiful swamp colors that all combined together to fit her entire, I guess you could say, posture and her face as well. The detail all together looks really good. On top of that, I'm very eager to see what she does and how she works. So I'm very excited to see about that. Probably one of the best, like I said, best witch props that we've had in a while. Next, a lot of people I wanted to talk about this Hourglass Reaper because a lot of people kind of really hated on this. Now, I'm not one to normally just, I guess you could say, critique animatronics. I try to see the best in everything. And honestly, there was I believe it was a Reaper that was sold, either it was at Sam's Club or it was at Costco last year, that had a hood about the same size as this one. The only difference was that the body had the same kind of proportion, but it had the same kind of, I guess you could say, it had the same kind of aspects to it. This Reaper has that kind of aspect. And I really thought that it looked good. A lot of people thought it looked bobblehead-ish, I guess you could say. But this Reaper looks really good to me. And it has a really good amount of color palette to it. I thought the big hood was a unique take on this, and I thought that the hourglass looked really good. And now that I'm even seeing it in person, I love it even more. Now the question is what it does. I mean, looks aren't just everything, you know. I really want to see what he says, what he does, and I'm really eager to see how they're going to implement him in, into this display and kind of make him stand out amongst the others. But besides that, I really do like this guy, and I never really thought he looked bad, unlike other people, but a lot of people just didn't like the body proportion compared to the hood, and I understand that, but again, I'm not the most pickiest type of person, so I'm not really worried about the looks. I think, seeing this guy late at night would look way better. But one of the animatronics I wanted to point out, a lot of people look at her and they kind of call her like the ring kind of girl, but that's not what I'm seeing when I see this image. And maybe a lot of people have already noticed. But this animatronic on the far right, this little girl right here, as you can see, does she not look familiar? in my opinion, this girl looks exactly like the creepy pop-up girl that was sold by Gemmy in 2021 for $67. And that's what I am thinking this is. And the reason why I say that is because we can see a slight bit of her face, and her face is exposed well enough for me to say that this is the same face that was on that creepy pop-up girl. On top of that, the fingers look exactly the same. And so does the outfit, besides just the color palette. I love the color palette because it looks kind of more like, I guess you could say medieval-ish. And it kind of has like that old-fashioned clothing style back, I guess you could say, like a long time ago. Like, kind of like what pilgrims wore, I guess you could say. I guess that's the closest thing I can say to it. And I absolutely love the black hair. Now, if this is what this is, and this is produced by Gemmy, it's going to be very interesting to see what she does. If this is the creepy pop-up girl, then you have an opportunity to get this girl, and also, in my opinion, a better version of her, because this version of her is way more detailed, and it looks incredible. But she may be the same kind of molding with a different animation. We do not know that yet. Over behind her is the Michael Myers kind of at a side view, so we can kind of see that. And then we can kind of see the clown, which, I mean, I'm not very excited. You know, I don't like clowns. I'm not a big fan of them anymore. I think they're so overdone at this point. And they're overused. So seeing a clown, I just kind of brush it off because it's just not really my kind of cup of tea, I guess you could say. But the final thing I wanted to point out that a lot of people are really excited for is going to be the Big-Headed Reaper. I believe this guy was being made by SVI, if I'm correct. Now, you can correct me in the comments below. And if I figure this out myself, I'll correct it up on the screen. But this massive Reaper I had heard about, and I know that he was canceled and he never came out for the 2020 season, I believe. And this animatronic was very hyped up. He's probably one of the most hyped up unreleased animatronics that, besides, I guess you could say the Jason, because everybody was very eager to kind of see what the Jason did. That was made by Gemmy. But him and the Jason were both canceled in the 2020 season, and we thought we were going to get both of them, but it just never happened. But this Big-Headed Reaper is finally coming, and it seems like Lowe's took the extra step to make sure that this guy finally had a chance to get into stores, and I applaud Lowe's for that because this guy is very cool. He kind of reminds me of the Party Cities Reaper that was sold last year that shot mist out of him. And I really do like that. He kind of has like the same kind of feel to him and kind of vibe, I guess you could say. I thought the detail on him was great, and the movement system was awesome as well. And I'm very excited to see this animatronic show up onto the Lowe's floor for the Halloween 2022 season. But otherwise, that is pretty much all I can get out from these images, and I really hope you all did enjoy this video. I really would like to hear your all's thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I think that this is going to be a great year for Lowe's, and I'm very impressed that they are taking a moment to step in the spotlight and finally be able to try to compete with Home Depot and Spirit Halloween. Now, will this get them up to the top? No, but is this a definite step in the right direction? Most definitely, and I hope that Lowe's learns a thing or two from this season, and let's hope that they order and do even more amazing things here in the next following years to come. But without any further ado, you all, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. If you like this video, hit that please give me a comment in the comments below on what your favorite animatronic is this year. Please hit that like and subscribe button for me. I never try and disappoint my videos. I hope you all are enjoying the content. I never try to disappoint you all. I'm gonna go ahead and leave and get out of here, you all. This is Jimmy Bones signing off. I will talk to you guys in the next video. See ya.